Real News Talk today with Pastor Robert. I'm so excited that you all have joined me here. Before we get going, please share this, like this, love, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And we're so glad to be on this new platform of Spotify podcast right there. Spotify with everybody else. Ain't that right? Isn't that good? Ain't the Lord all right? But I want you to share this. Those of you on YouNow, share this right now. Those of you on Facebook, share it. Those who are on YouTube, Twitter, wherever you are right now, share this podcast. We're going to talk about something that is very, 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 very important. Very, very, very important to all of us. We're talking about gas. Why is the gas so high? Now, I want to know what the price of gas is in your city, so you got to let me know here what the deal is, all right? So before we get started, let's again share this with somebody. Let somebody know that we're live on the air. Weeknights at 9 p.m. Eastern, we'll be here talking on various subjects of cultural issues, current events, real news, not fake news, some special guest interviews, and sometimes we will be talking about some, what would I say, controversial things. And you may learn some things as well. So before we get started, let's give you a moment to come on in here and join us here. Now, I do want you to know that if you like this podcast, share it with somebody, and then go to share it on Spotify. You can subscribe to it. It'll be at least 3 nights a week, weeknights, 9 p.m. Eastern, and we're so glad that you decided to join us. All right, let's talk about this. Well, I was going to the gas station the other day. Matter of fact, I went this morning, and somebody said gas is going down a little bit. Well, when something is already high, going down, really, it's supposed to make you feel better, but it didn't. Do y'all remember when gas first shot up at the beginning of this year, 2022? And how it went from 2 something to 3, 3 something to 4, then 4 something. Let me tell you something. My first experience was a few months ago. I drive a Mercedes Benz, and so because of that, I have to have premium gas. And I tell you what, I was trying to avoid filling my tank up, but I decided that Sunday I was going to let it go pretty much almost bone dry, then fill up for the week that Sunday afternoon. And I found I think it was a Circle K, or maybe it was a Wawa. I think it was Wawa. You got some good sandwiches, y'all, by the way, at Wawa. No paid advertisement, just the truth. And so I was sitting up there, went to get gas, and I let it go bone dry. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my gas was $93.74. Now, a lot of y'all know I'm a pastor, I'm a preacher, and all that. But I tell you what, that was one time where I felt like cussing. There was one time where I tell you what, and it seemed like when I looked around down the different rows of the gas pumps, everybody was just, $93.74 for a tank of gas. And you could just see the weeping and the gnashing of teeth with everybody. But what do? Go get your moped and then ride to work? Go catch your city bus for those of you who haven't? What do? You got to grin and bear it. And I tell you what, it's been 93, it's been 74, it's been 84, but I must admit today on the way after stopping to get gas, it was only put $20 in, which gave me what, 3.5 tanks, 4 tanks of gas. That's horrible. Now we do know that our president just came back from Saudi Arabia, where he did the fist pump with the Saudi premier and all like that, Saudi king. And as you saw in the advertisement for this podcast, that he had somebody created the lead where he had a gas can with him, hoping he could come back with some gas. Well, guess what? He had a 5-gallon gas bucket and he didn't come back with nothing. They didn't make a deal. So guess what, y'all? Right here now and towards the end of the summer, you're going to see it all jump up again. And it's a shame because you got school about to start in many cities, in many counties, in many states, and so that means gas is going to go up for the buses. Okay, the parents got it. I guess some of the parents glad they don't have to carry their children to school right now, but I do believe that some people are going to start homeschooling even more now. So we're in a horrible situation. But let's go back a little bit. Let's go back and find out how we got here. Are you ready? Let's go. Watch this. Back when our beloved 46th president, Joseph Robinette Biden, back when he became president, his first act as president on January 20, 2021 was to shut down the Keystone Pipeline. What's the Keystone Pipeline? That was a pipeline from Canada all the way down through the United States, the Midwest of the United States, through Texas into Mexico, that was going to be transporting gas, oil, and all the way from Canada through the United States into Mexico. He shut that down. And as I say, and for what? He shut it down. Well, guess what? Immediately gas started going up a little bit. Because y'all remember now when Uncle Joe, Sleepy Joe, Beijing Biden Joe, when he got in, gas was about what, $2? A little less than $2? We were energy dependent. Well, he did say when he was campaigning from his basement there in Delaware that he was going to get rid of fossil fuels. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what he's doing. So when he shut down the Keystone Pipeline, gas went up because now we were not able to finish that, which would have really allowed us to pump our own gas. Then, also, he stopped fracking and digging for oil on any federal land. Okay? So that means where we were energy and gasoline independent, okay? Because we could drill for our own oil and not have to get it from Saudi Arabia, Israel, not have to get it from Pakistan or wherever over there overseas. We were able to get it provided for ourselves, so that kept the price down. Do y'all remember? Let's think back. When the Orange Man Bad was in, gas was $1 something, wasn't it? Oh. Now, yeah, with the Orange Man Bad. The Orange Man Bad had us some cheap gas. So then when he shut down the Keystone Pipeline, then what happened? He decided to stop all the fracking and big drilling for oil. Well, guess what? Once that happened, now we had to depend on others. I don't know if y'all remember this. Do you remember then about a few months into his presidency, there was a pipeline that was going along the East Coast of the United States, North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, Virginia, in that area. That was mysteriously hacked, and that was shut down for a while. And some of you remember, even in North Carolina, there were gas lines because there was a shortage, because that pipeline was not working. It took about a month for them to get it back online. Gas went up a little higher, and so it kept going on and on. And then, of course, in February 2022, when Russia decided to invade Ukraine, that's when it shot up even more. But let's set the record straight. It did not go up just because. It was already 3-something going on 4 then. And all the time we blame Russia. Well, yeah, then we stopped getting oil from Russia, which was kind of funny because we only get about 3% of our oil from Russia. So that didn't cause it to go up. And so we put all these sanctions on Russia. We put all these sanctions on the gasoline and the ruble, and all that just crashed, so we thought. Well, now here we are, a little more than halfway through 2022. Russia's still beating the devil out of Ukraine. And guess what? The ruble in Russia is the highest it's ever been. Because guess what? Our friends over there, the communist China, and Russia, and India, and Saudi Arabia, and Brazil, they're all now supplying their own oil, and they're also not doing it, not buying it off the petrodollar, which is the United States dollar. So what was meant to make Russia suffer actually made them even more prosperous, because now they got all of Europe depending on them for gas, China, and some of those other countries, while we're sitting up here paying $4 and $5, $6 and $7 in some places for gas. So here's where we are now. Now we're in the summer, and some people said the other day it's going down a little bit, but again, when it's going down, when it's already $5, $6, I mean, It was one point, it was almost $6 a gallon for me, for premium. Okay? That's not what the Lord is calling for these last evil days. Because what happens is you got to decide, okay, am I going to go there or am I going to stay by his home? Am I going to go to the movies or am I just going to watch something on HBO Max or Hulu? I don't watch Netflix anyway. Am I going to go visit my friend or am I going to talk to them on FaceTime? Oh, here's a good one. Am I going to go to church or am I going to watch it on Facebook or YouTube? So a lot of people are making a lot of decisions, but even more so people are making decisions. Am I going to get gas or am I going to get food? Am I going to get medicine or am I going to get gas? Because if you don't have gas, then go pick up the medicine, and you don't have the money once you get the medicine because you put it all in gas, you have a quagmire. So I want to let you know, so we have ourselves in a mess, and the crude oil is going up, up, up. Well, here's the thing about it. We haven't seen the worst yet because the production levels now, we won't see for another 6 to 8 months. So what's going to happen probably by the end of the year, Christmas time, when it's cold, when you need oil for heating and all that stuff, they're already having brownouts. Y'all know what brownouts is? Who knows what brownouts are? What are brownouts? Brownouts. What are brownouts? Somebody tell me, what are brownouts? Brownouts are what? Where electricity goes off for a few hours or a few times a day. You know, rolling blackouts. We've got a serious problem because, as you see, I'm outside of my patio here, and it's a nice summer evening in Tampa, and it's not too bad. I got my fan over here, but I'm still perspiring. Praise the Lord, I'm still perspiring. I'm sweating, and I sweat easily. I sweat like a prostitute in the church. Ooh, Lord. Praise God. Let me get a little drink here. I need a drink. Now this is, yeah. Praise the Lord. Okay. Now, but understand something. In Texas, South Florida, Arkansas, Arizona, Las Vegas, California, even up north, it's about to get hot as hell. And when the air conditioning not working, you know what my people in Boston, Massachusetts, up north, that don't have air conditioning built into their offices and their homes. Bless your hearts, bless your hearts, bless your hearts. I don't know what to tell you about that one. But as for me in my house, we gonna have air conditioning. Let's see, I'm out here doing, I got some patio furniture here, and we got a fan, and put some LED lights out here, and the TV out here, and we get it all. Got the microwave over there, the little mini fridge out here, but understand something, there's still gonna be some cool air coming out here in this patio. Can't do it. And those of you who say you don't want to go to hell, you better get right, because this ain't nothing. But listen, here's the bottom line. It's going to get worse before it gets better. What do you think? I think that we need to become energy independent again. That's just me. I want gas to go back down to $1.50, $1.75, $2. Now, the people that are environmental, climate change people say, no, you can't do that. Go buy an electric car. Well, yeah, that sounds good. But see, when you look at the electric cars thing for Tesla with Elon Musk, but understand something. Those electric cars still use with the charging stations, the electricity is used, still uses fossil fuels. Most electric cars start at $60,000. Most electric cars, you can't drive it everywhere because there aren't charging stations around. Oh, I mean, like we start using gas, and all of a sudden everybody just gonna start using that. We don't even have most cities don't even have electric buses, city buses. Hello. So how are we gonna do this? I think we're trying to move too fast. Now, my daughter, she wants to be an environmental lawyer, so I have to be cognizant and mindful of that, and I want to be as green as I need to be. But while I'm being green, give me some air. Give me some gas so I can drive my car. Praise His holy. Give me some gas so I can drive my car. Oh, let me tell you something. Tell you a funny story. Back about 10 or so years ago, I had a vehicle. It was the vehicle from hell. I don't even like to say what it was. It was a VAN, okay? And it was the vehicle from hell. That thing would break. I drove it all over the country, but I tell you what, that thing would break down just when you thought about it. Because one thing that happened, one summer, I was up in Georgia. I was working on a project for 3 months up there in Atlanta, in that area, in Lithonia. And I tell you what, my air conditioner went out. Ooh, Lord. It went out, so I would have to drive with the windows down. How many know what I'm talking about? How many know? You ain't always had air conditioning. You ain't always had central air. Listen, I had to drive with the windows down just to get air. But understand something. When it's hot, when it's real hot, you can be going 85 miles an hour in your vehicle with the windows down. All that is hot air. Just coming. It was so bad. Some of y'all know this, but it was so bad until I would have to, like when I went to church, I would just wear like a shirt like this to go to church. And then I get that enough time to change into my shirt, my tie, my jacket, because a couple of times I went try to go to church and my nice suit and tie, I'm in my little 3-piece suit and tie, and this, that, and the other. And by the time I got to church, I was soaking wet. Somebody thought, have you been baptized? They certainly, Lord. They thought I'd been baptized. No, I was just sweating. Ooh, Lord. I sweat a lot anyway, but easily. If I think about sweating, I start sweating. And so here I was, go to church, jacket all stuck to me. So I knew that it was horrible experience, horrible. And then there had been an occasion or two. Some of you who've known me for a long time, there had been an occasion or two, but I've been in the heat, and I just. Twice in church. I just fell out. And it wasn't the spirit either. It was the heat. It was the devilish heat. And you gotta imagine. I was 200 plus pounds. And when I fall out, that's it. It's over. You trying to talking about dead weight? Lord have mercy. Matter of fact, New Year's Eve. It was actually cool outside. It was about 40 degrees outside New Year's Eve night here in Tampa. But the church I went to, let me set it up for you. Church needed a musician at the last minute for the watch night service, for the New Year's Eve service. Okay. So I got a call. Okay, fine, I'll take it. All right, okay, no problem. I had a sports coat on, shirt, jeans, some boots. Love my cowboy boots. And look at this. What ended up happening was, I got there, nice size church. And y'all, would you know that when I walked in the church, y'all know them old cheap deacons that only turn the air conditioner on because they trying to save on the light bill? They turn the air conditioner on right before church started. Well, this is a big church with a balcony, and probably had been sitting all week with no air going on. So guess what? When I walked in there, it was like, I said, oh, it's already hot in here. And so it was a Baptist church, and they got it, the deacons got it there, and I was sitting there. The church hadn't even started yet. By the time the deacons started church, and had their little devotion, to keep. Y'all know what I'm talking about. By the time I did that, by the time they got through doing devotion and moaning, I hadn't even played a note. I was already wet. I said, this is going to be a long night. And so what ended up happening, I looked at the drummer, because I didn't know anybody there. I looked at the drummer, I said, I need some water. I need some cold drink. That nigga gonna tell me there's a water fountain out there. Man, I don't need a water fountain. I need Jeffrey Hills. I need Core. I need smart water, cool, chilled, a bottle of water. Gatorade, Powerade. Well, now the next thing is, I thought I was just gonna be the little musician. Come there, play, let them sing. And I'm sitting there on the organ already soaking wet. And the pastor get up, we're so glad to have Pastor Coppola here. And with us tonight, our guest psalmist. Guess what? Guest psalmist. Now mind you, the organ was near right in the choir loft. And I'm looking out, and I kept kind of looking around like, because there's always somebody who got, who's to sing at the church, there's always somebody, And I noticed when nobody, I'm just being the drummer, when nobody coming up there to sing. So when he said that, our guest psalmist, guess what? So I ended up, Lord Jesus, I had to do 2 selections on the organ by myself. And it was so hot in the church, folks would sit up there like this. Yeah. Like, So I heard 12 midnight comes in the middle of the year. I'm ready to go home. I mean, they were cold as ice, dry as dirt. And so by the second song, so y'all know what I did, but I cut them songs short. So the first 2, then we had 2 more. Well, by the time the 2 I got through, I was complete. I mean, I was so soaked, even my pants, even the jeans was wet, soaked. I said, well, Father, help me. Lord, let this Costello Williams. She said, well, dear Father, Lord Jesus. So somebody bought me one of them little tiny little bars of water like this. One of them little tiny little bottles. And then a little small little area. And I sipped on it. It was cold. I sipped on it just a little bit. Sipped on a little bit more. It just didn't work. So a lot of preachers get up there to preach, and I'm sitting back. I'm still trying to cool off. And all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, the feeling that I've unfortunately experienced more times than I want to admit, it started to get dark. The lights was on, but they were going out in my head and in my body. And I said, okay, all right, I started getting weak. I don't know exactly what happened, because lost some time in there. All I know is there was an older lady. I think her name was Miss Reed. Miss Reed, if you watching this, thank you so much. She's a nurse. And she came there, and y'all know, y'all been around the Baptist church, when you get happy, the ushers come and start fanning you. I kind of came to, I was still sitting in the seat. And there she was. Baby, you all right? You okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. A little hot. Oh, I had passed out, y'all. I quietly passed out. And she was up there, and she started checking my pulse and this and that, and checking my pulse and all that. You need to call ambulance? I said, no, don't call ambulance. You sure? Yes, ma'am, I'll be fine. So, long story short, church was out. I was out, weak. And they called the ambulance anyway. Yes, they did. And so the ambulance came, the paramedics came. And here's the thing about it. I said, I can get them walking. No, you're not going nowhere, sir. So they put me on the little stretcher, gurney, stretcher, whatever. And I was up at the choir station. The choir station was up like this. So you had to come down the steps. So they carried me on the gurney, down the steps, out. Do you know, when we got outside in the cool air, it was cooler air outside than it was inside. It was like 40 degrees. As soon as that cold air hit me, I was like, whew, I feel wonderful. That song, I feel good. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I know that I would. But yeah. And so I said, I can go now. They said, nope. Somebody time. They took my shirt off, my jacket off. had all this stuff hooked up to me. As a matter of fact, the little things they put in your heart and all this, the EKG stuff, it wouldn't even stick because I was so wet from sweating. I was fine. By the time we got over the temperature, I was fine. Yeah. And they let me go home after coming through that. They ran every test in the world to say I was actually okay. Just got dehydrated from all that sweat. So, anyway, the moral of the story is, gas is too high. We needed to go back down. Call your senator, call your state representative, call the White House, call whoever you need, call the neighbor, telephone, telegraph, tell anybody you can. We need this for gas to be, we need to be independent again with our gas and energy, and then we'll worry about going green later on. Y'all do that when my grandchildren come along. I tell you what you don't want to be is you don't want to go to hell. You hear what I say? You don't want to go to hell because hell is hot. You think it's hot down here? It's hotter than hell. So listen, put your comments down below. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. I'll be interested to find out what the price of gas is in your city. Let me know. Tell me your funny story. I'd love to hear from you. Listen, if you want to be a part of this podcast, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on this platform. Also, for those of you who have Roku TV, the Roku TV, the Roku stick, the Roku platform, find the RCTV network, the RCTV network. We're there with messages, teaching, and motivational minutes on the RCTV network, and coming soon on Amazon Fire TV as well, the RCTV network. Those of you who want to be part of this, to get exclusive content, just go to www.therctvnetwork.locals.com, the rctvnetwork.locals.com. You can subscribe there and you can help support the ministry. If you just want to sow a seed, you can always sow a seed. CashApp, $ Rob Carpenter 2, PayPal, the RCTV Network, Coinbase, Rob Carpenter II, and Venmo at Rob Carpenter 2. I'd love to hear from you. Sow a seed, be a blessing to us. We got a lot going on. I'll tell you what, it's wonderful that we have these opportunities. I want to talk to you. If you want to be on our email list or text list, you can also text me at 813-303-0151, 813-303-0151, and also on both social media platforms at Rob Carpenter 2. Find me. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know where you heard the podcast from, and let me know how it's going. It's been a pleasure, y'all. Thank you for joining me for this Real News Talk today. We're going to be talking some other subjects. If you'd like to be a guest, let me know. I'd love to have you on here with us to share on what's going on in the world. This is Pastor Robert here. I'm so glad to see you. I'm going back inside where it's cool. God bless. Peace.